You could even have a sack on c6, probably unnecessary, but I can bet you that's what Hikaru's calculating right now. King e4,
Right
king
now?
c5, knight c6. Yep.
So I think I can sack, but let me think about this. Knight b4, c6, knight a6, d. So takes, d5, knight a7, king e5, king g4. All right, so we get white against Donchenko. Now, I believe... Oh, wait, no, this is the other one. I lost to Demchenko, I think. So I'm going to stick to my basic routine, just play a lot of quiet sidelines here. And go from there. Maybe I'll play g3. I mean, I've played e3 so much. I kind of want to play g3. But maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm trying to think, do I want to play g3 here? Probably I'll stick to the basics with e3 instead. Keep it very, very simple. Everything looks good, right? Yeah, this all looks good. Good. There we go. All right, so let's play e3 here. He plays c5, so he gives me the free pawn. Now this, like I said, this is a line that for a long time was considered to be dubious, if not an outright blunder. Nowadays, computers kind of show that it's maybe okay for black. I mean, I first had this against Alexander Grishchuk in the Grand Chess Tour many years ago now. I think that was Paris 2016 or 2017 that I had this. I did not actually play bishop a3 against him, but I do believe this is supposed to be considered better for white, as I recall. So you go like bishop e2, you just castle here, and it is a pawn. At the end of the day, a pawn is a pawn, as we like to say. Now, the thing with this setup by black here is that he can't really play d5, and as I recall, I think d5 was kind of necessary for black in order to be considered okay. Now he plays a5, which also feels kind of wrong. Now there are a couple ways to play this. I can play knight a3 and get the slight positional advantage. I can also play a4. A4 is probably reasonable, but I don't love it. I'm trying to think. Knight fd2 doesn't make sense. It's either a4 or knight a3. Maybe queen d2 is also a move, but then a4 doesn't look right. Okay, so let's see. So knight a3 takes, rook c1, knight c4, queen c7. I mean, again, knight a3 feels like the right move objectively, but also a4 makes a lot of sense. I think I'm gonna play a4. I don't know if it's the right move, but it seems kind of like an idea at least. Because d5 I can always just take and go queen b5. Huh? Wait, so if I take and go queen b5, what's his idea? He wants to trade and go queen c7? Oh, okay, interesting. So now really the only issue for me is how to develop this knight. Once this knight gets into the game, I should be better. So I think knight d4 and then knight a3 or knight c3, and I should just be clearly better up a pawn here. And now my knight's going to go to a3, and I think once I get the knight developed to like a3 b5, I should just be positionally winning, unless I'm missing something. Again, I need to remember though, this is not 10 plus 1 or 10 plus 2, so I do have to keep in mind there's no increment, which of course changes the time allocation for how I budget the time for every single move. So primo, but it is a very good start though. It's a great opening start. He plays h5. I guess the idea is h4. I can go to d2 or a3. My instinct is that my knight belongs on b5 though. Just feels like the right square with a nice bastion here. Probably h4, h3. I don't even know if I have to play h3, but...
And a familiar sight. No, it's not Hikaru Nakamura with an advantage. It's specifically this opening. As we turn back time a little bit, Dana, you and I caught this off screen for a second.
I mean, it's actually unbelievable how many grandmasters have fallen into this particular trap. It's like word never gets around, you know?
You know, people need to talk more. We need to share our feelings and the consequences of our opening decisions. This looks like a completely normal idea, right, Dana? You're going queen a5 check, winning the pawn. But after c3 and queen takes c5, bishop a3 wins this pawn e7.
Yeah, and I mean, the amount of people that have fallen into this, even just in the RCC, is pretty amazing. And black loses a full pawn. The compensation is extremely limited. I think there is a way to get compensation, but it involves, I think, not taking on c5 or something like that. It's not the way that Donchenko has played it. He's just much worse.
Yeah, he's worse, and we're just going through the game moves. He has thrown his pawn all the way down to h3, which is causing some issues for white on the king side. And actually, if we see the eval bar over here, Danya, it says still, you know, just around +1 in white's favor. But considering it was a free pawn that early, yeah, well, that was apparently a mistake. But
is it because of bishop g4? Yeah, that's bishop d7 doesn't seem like a move that I would play instantly. It's not, you know, it's not the kind of move that you play and then bang the clock. And this is happening, right?
Oh, it all is happening. And the big issue for black is this pawn on d5. It's on a light square. It's isolated, and white's pieces can wrap around at some moment to win it, or white can just take over the c file because the c8 square is covered by this bishop on h3.
And two other issues you haven't mentioned. Number one, white is Hikaru Nakamura. Number two, Hikaru Nakamura is up a pawn. Two other minor issues compounding the problem with the pawn on d5 being on a light square and being indefensible.
Let's go here, take the file. Again, it's not so easy to win probably, but I feel like I'm just better here. So I'm gonna go bishop f1, attack the queen, probably go bishop g2, or queen d3 is also a move maybe. But the thing is, it's a little bit hard to win here somehow. I guess I'll go queen d3, idea queen b5, idea bishop g2. Feels like, I mean, it feels like I should be winning here. Also, all endgames should be very good, even with opposite color bishops, just because of the pawn structure of the 5 versus 3 here on the king side. So unless he can get an a pawn rolling, this should just be a pretty smooth win for me here, is my guess. Let's see what he's gonna do. Now he does have, I mean, a4 goes rook h8. I mean, I can play h4 if I want to. Queen b5 actually looks pretty reasonable to force an endgame, but I don't really know if it's what I want to do. I play queen b5, trade bishop b. I think actually I'm going to trust my instincts that, well, queen b5 actually is queen f5, I just realized. And I go rook a2, queen h5. Maybe not so clean. Maybe not so clean. f5, rook a2, h5, h3. I think I'm just gonna play it very quiet here. You know, it's funny though, it's actually not easy for me to play this position. It's kind of annoying. You know what, I think I'm gonna actually go h4 here and just bishop g2 next move. Just create the flying V, go bishop g2. G5 I just take, of course. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that this really is, it can be bad. I just don't believe that. So I probably go bishop g2 next move, put pressure on the pawn on d5. Yeah, I mean, I think I have to go here. It's the only move that makes sense here. Put pressure on the pawn permanently. I also have queen b5 again, which is lurking here now as well. So I feel like I should be doing pretty well. The only thing I have to be worried about is some kind of sack on g3 or h4, something on the king side. I think I'm winning on the queen side objectively. So it's really the only question of whether, okay, he plays rook c8, which is just a blunder, I believe. Wait a second. So if I trade and play rook a5, rook c1, king h2, queen f6. If I go bishop f1, queen h3. I mean, again, he can sack, but I don't know, this doesn't look right. I go here. I mean, bishop g3 takes king h2, rook c2, queen d5, and I always guard. So no, this is just winning. This should just be winning. Like takes here, rook c. Yeah, he does it. So I take, I go here. And the thing is, I just have queen d5. Oh my god, I play, shoot, I put the king on the wrong square. Whoops. Okay, so I take, I go king g1. Okay, this still should be winning, but little bit dubious here at the start. Yeah, not a good start actually. But a queen e3, I just go king h1. Yeah, I forgot about rook c3 altogether. Yeah, I forgot all. Yeah, I just completely forgot about rook c3. But okay, I mean, still should be winning. Just not. My technique's a little bit shaky here. A little bit shaky. On the flip side, I do have rook f1. Like, I do have rook f1 just to hit f7 immediately. And again, my queen also guards everything, so it's like a wooden shield. So, let's see what he's gonna do. I mean, in this position also, he only has what, one pawn? He's got 4 versus 3, so he only has one pawn. He's a lone pawn for the bishop, basically. So he's only got one pawn for the bishop. So unless he has some really good idea here, which he doesn't. Yeah, king h2 allows queen g3 or f4. Now on check, I trade here, check king h3, check, and then I can block the queen or the bishop. Should be winning. I'm threatening queen e5, which also is just winning because that forces the end game, I suspect. Rook b3, rook f1 looks plenty, looks like more than enough. So I suspect that this should be winning here. See what he does. Okay, still waiting for a move. I'll move the cursor off the queen, that way there's no sudden drag and slip. He goes queen f2. So rook f1 is an obvious move. Rook f1, queen h4, king g1 is a safe way to play. Queen g5 is a move. Queen e5 is also a move. Queen e5 actually looks pretty correct to me. Queen e5, king g8, there it takes. Yeah, this looks right. Yeah, I think this is right, because I can go rook f1 takes and king g1, and this should be pretty straightforward here. Just queen e8, bishop d5, king is too weak. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. He takes, I go here, and now I'm threatening queen e8. I'm also threatening bishop d5 here. I just think it's too much to deal with, unless there's some magic trick for black, which we know, it's in chess, magic does exist sometimes. Okay, so he does play queen d8, so bishop d5 looks like the right move. I mean, I can also actually just take b7. If I take b7, rook b3, but actually maybe I just take. Yeah, this looks simple, because now rook b3, I go bishop d5, and this way he no longer has any ideas with rook b3 and pushing the a pawn down the board. So this looks pretty clean. Looks very clean, in fact. Unless, okay, so now I can go bishop d5 here. Queen g4, bishop g2. I'm still threatening queen e8, right? So if I go, I guess I go here. He checks and I block. So I'm still threatening queen e8, and yeah, this is pretty much over now. Unless there's something that I'm missing, but he might. I mean, he can go back to d7, I guess, but again, this should just be GG's pretty soon. I'm also way up on time now, and this is 10+0. There's no increment, so he plays f5. Logical move to try and actually create some counterplay. I can go d5. I can also play rook e1 with the idea of check, but is that actually mate? If I go rook e1, queen b8, king g7, check, king h6, it's not actually mate, annoyingly. So maybe I just follow the Yasser Seirawan school of chess, and I just push, baby, push. Yeah, let's just push.
Gutterly just took $5 out of Bezos's.
Wait, what did I just do, actually? Wait, what did I just do? Did I just blunder? What the heck? Oh my gosh, I actually just blundered. What the heck was d5? Oh my gosh. Jeez. Oy, oy, oy. Wow, okay. I'm still winning, I think, but man, very, very shaky first game. For some reason I thought I could check and just push, but he has like a queen d4 check. I mean, very, very poor start. I do have to be careful here too, though. So let's see. Rook e1 is a move. Queen h3 is not how I'm gonna win this game. Go here. I just keep all the checks alive still on the diagonal. I mean, his king is so open that I think this is winning, but again, I'm not very happy. He goes rook d1, which is completely fine objectively, other than the fact that I can start checking. Go check. Oh, I can also take a5 maybe. Although even this, I'm just not really very happy with the way I've played it. I guess I'll just go here and take. Yeah, really not happy with my play. Gonna win the game, but I'm missing a lot of tactics, it feels like. I guess I go here. Goes king g7. Strange move. Now the thing is, how do I technically win this game? Now queen a5 is probably a win, but I don't want to do that. Queen e7, check, king f3. mean, I think that's winning, but you know what, I'm just gonna actually start to, I'm gonna be safe here. I'm gonna go bishop f3, king g2, just avoid any of these weird repetition, weird perpetual ideas, and just solidify. And then this should be pretty easy. Like, I think, wait, if I go check, because king h6 is the only move, and now there's still are tricks though. It's so annoying to play. I guess I'll just go here. Yeah, I'm just gonna be safe here. I'm just gonna consolidate this, just win this pleasantly. It should be winning, right? Go here. Was queen d4 logical? I guess I'll go here. Yeah, I just have to start moving a little bit quicker. I'm being too slow. Let's go check, and let's push, because now queen d2, I have king h3 also, or king g3, I guess. Probably g3 is better after check. And it seems safe. Okay, it goes f4, but if I take, I mean, I just don't, yeah, check king e3, I mean, it just doesn't exist. He's just lost here. I think I go, okay, now the question is, what's the easiest way? King g4, queen g1, king h3, queen f1, king g3, queen g1, bishop. Yeah, this actually, don't like moving my king to this side, but this looks good. Go there, I guess. Now I block with the bishop, and then I play d7, and yeah, and I just win the game.
Yay! Adam Helmet 123 just
I mean, he has queen c5, which is a funny way to try and hold, but I think I can just start checking him all over the board. Go check. I mean, again, if this isn't winning with d7, so be it, but man, there's only one check on c3, and then I can just go king h2. So okay, we're gonna get a win. First game of the day, pretty good start. My technique wasn't fabulous, definitely a little bit off, missed a couple of ideas, but it's still good enough to get a win here in round one. Yeah, because now I also have queen h4 to guard. All right, we got the win, 1 up 1 down, pretty good stuff. So okay, anyway, it's my move. We're playing I'm gonna play Caro Kann here. Actually, let me minimize everything and turn the second cam on. Here we go. Second cam is on. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna play e5 here. This isn't what I normally play. Now, for the fans out there who are watching, I had this position against none other than Boris Golko in the 2003 United States Chess Championship, way back in the Stone Age. Now, I lost that game in the second to last round. If I had drawn or won that game, I would have had a chance to win the US Championship. Unfortunately, I lost, but I remember it because when I played Golko, he played c4. At the time, he was a Slav player. For whatever reason, I was not expecting e4, and so I didn't want to go into the Panov, and as they say, the rest is history. So okay, we're just gonna play a normal position here with knight f6, and go from there. Problem is, at the time I didn't play the Caro Kann, so when he played c4, c6, e4, I didn't really want to play d5, so I played e5, and I really felt uncomfortable and got myself into a very bad position and lost that game. So very unfortunate, but it, you know, already that was 19 long years ago. How time goes, eh? Anyway, so I played g6 here. Do what Verde Not's gonna do. Probably bishop g7 next move. Does he have bishop c5 here? I think he's trying to go for something cheeky with bishop c5. So I think I should play knight bd7 first to stop this bishop c5 nonsense, because otherwise takes bishop c5. So now the knight covers, and now I go bishop g7, and I think we just play some kind of normal King's Indian here. Not sure what exactly this is, but it's some kind of King's Indian. Now again, remember, this is of course a 10-0, no increment, so that is why it is important to move relatively quickly as well and not spend too much time in these openings. Now I can always take on d4 and castles. No, I think I'm going to do this. I don't know if this is right, but I'm going to do it because he's played h3. So now if he goes f3 to build him Roxy blind center, he has some dark square issues. So I just castle, of course. I'm going to play like rook e8, maybe knight e5, maybe knight c5. Really unsure at the moment. I think rook e8 has to be the right move. All looks pretty normal, pretty standard. I can obviously go b6, bishop b7. Maybe a6 is also a move at some point. Not really sure about it, but maybe it's a move. I'm gonna go b6, bishop b7, rook d8, and maybe a6 later, and just play chess basically. I feel pretty good about this position. Weirdly enough, I feel like I'm doing completely fine. I'm gonna go here because now I also have a6 c5 too. I don't feel like Gawain is playing this super precisely. I mean, I know he's a big theory guy, but I feel like he's already kind of misplayed this just a touch. Because a6 and c5, I mean, if I go c5, maybe there's knight b5, I just go back though. So maybe already this is kind of a little bit tricky for white to play. Yeah, so he goes rook d1. So now, okay, now I have to go a6, so otherwise c5. There is knight b5 and knight d6. This looks right. Yeah, I don't really like the way Gawain has played this. Doesn't feel very correct somehow. Yeah, this just doesn't look right. I mean, c5 was obviously a move there. Now c5 is again a move here. It's a question of whether I want to play it. My instinct is that I should play it though. That's just my instinct, because e4 is weak. If e4 is weak, b4 is weak. Takes, I mean, I have multiple captures here. This looks pretty good for me on first glance, or at least I perceive it to be pretty good for me on first glance. Again, no knight b5 because now the pawn covers, so there's no fork. I'm up already $1.50 on the clock as well, so this is a pretty good start here. Again, as I said, the score for qualifying is always 6, or 6 is a guaranteed qualifier. You get 5.5 out of 9. That also, depending on your tiebreak, qualifies. I didn't look how many players. 35 players, so 5.5 might make it in with so few players. I feel like when I was playing the last couple of times and I was getting in on 6, and it was like 6 was guaranteed and like 1 or 2 got in on 5.5. I feel like, as I recall, as I recall, to get back to that trial, as I recall, I think that what was I saying? I think like 1 or 2 got in on 5.5, but with the last couple of weeks it's been a lot lower in terms of entrance, so it might be different. Now wait, if I take, isn't this just a free pawn, or am I stupid? He takes, it's just a free pawn, no? Gawain? I mean, that's just a free pawn. I don't know what Gawain's doing. Yeah, so he takes. Now I can take multiple ways. I can take with the D pawn, but that feels dubious. B takes looks like the right capture, just to keep the structure intact. Knight takes allows maybe knight d4, knight c6, and that's probably also very good for a computer, but I feel like it's better to keep the structure intact. So let's take with the pawn. I mean, still there's maybe knight d4, but I think there's knight f6, knight d5 or something, so not too worried at any rate.
Good luck at the candidates.
This feels like a very good start, though. Very, very good start. Wait, why does Jumbo have 1 out of... Wait, let me scroll down so you guys can see this in OBS. If I... let me make the OBS full screen. If I scroll down, you see how Jumbo has 1 out of 2 with a 0? How does he have... Nobody has 2 out of... How does he have 1 out of... Nobody's got 2 out of 2. Does that mean he just got disqualified? Or not disqualified, sorry, but disconnected or something? I don't know. Maybe he did. Because I don't know how do you have 1 out of 2 and nobody's on 2 out of 2? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, all right, back to the game. Let's focus. Knight f6 is a move, of course. Knight b6 also looks fine. Knight c3 doesn't look right. I don't know. Knight b6 looks pretty solid to me. I don't know. It looks fine. Hopefully it's not a blunder somehow. But bishop f4, I've got knight f6. I've got knight c3. I mean, this just looks very, very pleasant. It looks like happy times. I mean, I think I'm just winning here, honestly, but we'll see. Okay. Very strange. Jumbo on 1 out of 2. I'm guessing that what happened to Jumbo, just looking at his result, I mean, that's Jumbayev, is that probably he lost his internet connection. Probably he was disconnected from the website at the time that round 2 started, and he couldn't get repaired. Now the question is, if I trade and go knight f6, I don't know. I just don't believe this. I go knight oh wait, he's got rook e4. Wait, okay, I forgot he had rook e4, but okay. I mean, this still should be really, really good for me. Okay, so he takes. So I come back. Still can't do anything with the queen, but actually, if he, I feel like there's some tricks here. Yeah, there definitely are tricks. So I just take with the rook. I'm gonna win the pawn on d5 probably. Very, 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 very pleasant start today. Very good start. So yeah, I mean the goal is of course top 8. Like I said, the winning, not the winning score, but the score to get in is 6. If you get 6, you always qualify. If you get 5.5, generally you qualify. Now my point is on bishop a6, I have queen a7, dodge the pin, hit the rook, hit the bishop, and I should just be winning. So I mean this looks very, very nice. In fact, I don't even see what white's supposed to do here. Yeah, this just looks terrible for white. It was rook d3, but I mean I just take.
Murder them with tricks.
Yeah, I mean this just isn't working out for Gawain. Although he does have queen d1 to his credit, which is a nice try. I think I just go here though to guard the knight. And yeah, this just isn't working. Goes knight d2. I mean I can go c4, c3. I can obviously move my knight to f4 or b4. I mean they're just too many moves. I think I'm going to stay solid though. I'm just going to go knight c7 and d5. Just keep this very solid and simple and just avoid any weird stuff. Again, I'm up 2 pawns, so as long as I don't make some huge blunder, I'm going to win this game. Also, knight c7, also very importantly, knight c7 guards the pawn in a6 against any tricks. So, knight c4, d5, knight e3. Okay, it goes knight a5. I mean, not sure if I'm supposed to be afraid of that or not, but I'll just go queen b6 and c4. I mean, it just isn't happening.
Just subscribed.
Queen a4. I have rook e4, of course, to attack the queen. I mean, I guess he has queen c6, but I mean, at this point, down 2 pawns here. I mean, this is pretty close to lost. Yeah, queen c6 is the only try, I guess. Maybe rook e1 was better, but beggars can't be choosers. This now gives me knight b5. Oh, knight b5 is queen b2. So wait a second. So if I go c4, not quite right. I mean, everything is winning here. That's actually what makes this kind of annoying, is that I think every single move here almost wins. I mean, rook e1 is probably good too. Oh, let's just go rook e1. Yeah, every move wins here. And more importantly, I'm up 3.5 minutes on the clock, which, to add insult to injury, makes it worse as well. So he goes rook b3. I thought I could just play like knight b5 here. Oh, then he goes queen b2 and he prays kind of. I mean, at least he has some kind of trick, but okay, let's just go here. Let's go here. I'm gonna go c3 next move. I mean, even rook b4 hangs queen a5 b4, so maybe I guess rook f3. But again, I mean, this is very, very bad. Yeah, this is just lost for white. I expect maybe like 2 or 3 more moves, and then probably Gawain will just resign. So I go knight e4. I'm gonna go c3, knight d2, create the fork, and that should be all she wrote. I mean, maybe as queen e5, I can even just take f1 and go knight d2, knight f3 though. Yeah, queen e5 is maybe like a last ditch attempt. But even queen e5 doesn't really work. So he goes queen b4. I mean, rook f1 wins. c3 probably wins too. I mean, everything, like literally every move here, I think is winning. Well, not knight d4, obviously. If I do a Botez Gambit, it's not winning. But short of doing a Botez Gambit, yeah, let's just go here. I mean, I have rook f1. I have knight d2. Yeah, so good start. Going to be on 2 out of 2 to start the event today. A little bit better than last week. I think last week I started with 2 draws, or maybe it was a win in 2 or 3 draws. I don't remember what, but something like that. So much better start today. Now, of course, I'm not going to go c2. Knight d2 wins, but I'm just going to go queen e6. There's really just no reason to be fancy here. Although he does have a4, but a4, knight g5, and queen e2 is also just lost. So what is the easiest way to win? Knight d6, knight d4, queen e5 is winning. I have no doubt about that. But what I want to do, or do I want to find something better? I think I'm just going to keep it very simple with knight d6. Just no need. I have rook f1 here, by the way, which also wins. But again, no need to be fancy. Let's just go queen e8. I'm up so much time on the clock here as well that there's just no need for anything special. Just play good moves and just convert the position, even if there's like a quicker way, which I'm sure the computer will show. There's no need for it. Up 4 minutes and in good shape.
Chess Lover just resubbed for 12
So let's see,
months.
what is
Hans is on a roll, beat Shira
what is he gonna
to
do
worst
here? Let's see.
position.
I think he's probably gonna resign here actually. With a minute 30 and knight d2 is just an epic threat just to fork the rook and the bishop. I think he'll actually probably resign here, or he'll play like one more move. Let's see. Okay, so he plays rook c3. Now this does give me knight. No, not knight. Okay, I mean, I just take. Who cares? Take the rook. I mean, everything. I mean, I'm not even gonna play around. I'm just gonna take. There's just no need to be fancy here. I mean, I'm up what, 2 pawns, threatening checkmate in 1, threatening queen c4, threatening knight b5. I mean, my technique has been maybe a touch sloppy in this game too, but again, I'm up 2 pawns, and if this was 10 plus 2, I might be a little bit unhappy with my play, but this is 10 plus 0, so let's go here. I have queen c3, knight c3, of course. Let's go here, target the pawn on f2, take, go check, I guess. Let's do a tickle. Now the only thing is I don't want to hang. Now, of course, the only thing is I don't want to hang the pawn on d5. That'd be a pretty serious fail if I did that. I'd still win on time, but there's no need for it. So let's go here. Again, knight d4 doesn't do anything. I'll just play h5. Slowly take more space on the king side, and he's trying to go knight c6. Let's go here, I guess. Not a big deal. Go here. Let's go here. Queen f6, of course. I guess I'll go here. Knight e2, knight f1. There's also no stalemate, which is important as well. Okay, so I mean, everything wins here, but I'm just gonna play h4. Again, no stalemate because the king always has squares on the on h2 and g1. Go here. He might play queen b7 here to try and get the stalemate. Queen b7 there to try and get the stalemate was a fun idea, but okay, now I just go here, and now it's just okay. It goes queen a7, hoping for something. Is there no actual checkmate here? I guess there is no actual checkmate, unfortunately. That's what it is. But okay, so knight e2 and knight d4 is an easy way to win. Yeah, let's go check, take and block. Now I threaten mate in 1. Check, and mate. Okay, there we go. We got the win. 2 out of 2, good win. I think I have to beat Anish. Actually, let me turn on the cam. Yeah, the problem is that I should have in my mind I should have just gone for knight and bishop from the start instead of trying to play around and try to avoid it. That was my big mistake. Let's play b3, keep it simple. He wants this one. Okay, let's play here. Guess I'll just play here, knight d2 maybe. Okay, I'm gonna play.
Whoa,
What?
is that a slip?
No,
Doesn't look like one. Maybe he. No, it's got to be mouse. Wait, e6?
but what? Bishop a3? Is this the new fianchetto?
No, that's got to be a mouse slip.
No. Well, what?
No, but you don't want, the last thing you want with white is a trade of darks with bishops. White's just worse here.
No, this looks horrible, right? It's
Right.
complete control of the dark squares.
No, but that's why I thought it was a mouse slip.
Yeah.
Just need to play one good game. That's all I need. One good game and everything's fine. But oh, he plays knight c5. Interesting choice. I can go d4 and play knight e1 here. I guess I'll go knight e1. Why not? Keep it simple. Rook c1. I mean, I always have d4 at some point, I think. Let's pre-move knight c4 here. It goes a5. I mean, I can play d4 now.
I mean, white's not doing badly, but obviously black has an amazing position without any degree of difficulty. So a bizarre start to this game for sure.
Hikaru trying to transform the structure, going d3, d4. I mean, I would even consider a draw for here if I'm white.
And I'm sure Anish would take it because at this point they're just looking, I need to make the top 8. And Hikaru brings his knights back and plays c5. So, okay, he wants just thrust his b pawn up the board.
He was also threatening to trap black's knight with f3 and h4. So Anish making space for that knight and also preparing e6, e5.
Just showing that the knight was trapped there because there's nowhere to go from g5.
Yeah, I just feel a little bit off today. Just a little bit off. Don't feel quite there somehow. I also don't know why I played b4, not queen b2 first. He goes rook a3 to trade everything. I mean, I guess I go here, rook a1. My knight on f1 is pretty bad too, I think. Go here, let's trade and trade. This knight on f1 should be anywhere but f1 because this knight just stops the knight maneuvers. And maybe go f3 at some point, but I don't know. He plays queen d8, which I feel like that's starting to go maybe in the wrong direction. Maybe very slightly, like maybe I can go f3 knight d2 back. Just play f3 knight d2. Maybe I go f4 at some point. Maybe I don't. Maybe I go bishop f1 b5. But I feel like at least I can kind of pretend to have some sort of play here. I also have e4 as well. And maybe it's okay. Yeah, all I need is just a good game here. Just a good game and everything will be fine. Plays rook b8. Interesting. So I guess he wants to go b6. Very interesting choice. I mean, I don't... This doesn't look right somehow to me. Like b6, queen a3 even? Or queen a1? I mean, this looks sketchy. Go here. Take. I feel like I'm moving a little bit too quickly still, though. That is the one thing that a little bit is bothering me just a little bit. I'm moving too quickly. But let's see what he's gonna do. I mean, a6 is weak. I can go queen a5 here. I can play bishop f1. I think bishop f1 looks fine. Just to go queen a5. Oh, maybe I have knight b3, knight a5 also. This is actually a very serious idea here. The good thing is also, I feel like this is a little bit uncomfortable to play as black. Just a little bit. This feels dangerous. This feels quite dangerous for blacks. I'm looking at this more and more. He goes bishop g6, which to me that looks like a bad move. Now I don't know what is the idea behind bishop g6 exactly. If I play knight d3, if I play knight d3, do I go knight b3, knight a5? Knight b3, knight a5 is also quite attractive. Queen a5 is also no. Queen a5 can't be right. I mean, knight d3 seems like the correct move to me, but then he just trades and he's very solid, so I don't love it. Knight b3, rook a8. Takes. What do I do here? Bishop d3 is actually a very human move. Why don't I just do this and trade the bishops? This makes perfect sense. Because here I want the knights because I have knight b4. He's got this one weakness on c6, so I have to go after it. See what he does here. He plays rook a8, which makes sense. Thought I could play like, do I go a3 or a1? My instinct is that I should go to a3. I don't know why, but I guess I just hold everything maybe. I don't think it makes a big difference. I mean, this looks quite scary for black, I have to say. This looks very, very scary.
as we see, there's a problem on c6. The rooks were just traded a second ago on a7, and knight. Ouch.
This is the dream scenario for white, and even trading queens does not release black from the shackles. Knight b4, knight b3, knight a5 is a very nasty idea.
Although there is something that could save black in such a position. Let's say you start with knight to b4.
Yeah.
Knight b8, knight b3.
Oh,
I have
knight b5,
this.
knight a7.
I have this knight
yes.
to a6.
And it's like a forge. I mean, you can take and play knight a5 and claim that you're better, but what you're saying is that white will have no way to make progress from here. There's not enough pieces remaining on the board.
I play knight b3, queen b8, knight. I think this is getting very scary for black as I look at this more. Knight a5 is very, very scary here. I think I'm close to, I don't want to say winning, because last time I said winning, which was last 2 games, I messed it up, but I think this is starting to look really, really scary. Maybe I could have gone knight b4 too, and then but both look fine. Both look fine. I still control e5, and I still have this. This looks pretty bad for black.
Good to know. Good to know.
This position looks terrible for black. Knight b4, knight a5, as we were pointing out. These knights getting to the important squares, and c6 is just falling, and you can't even defend it. You can put one knight on b8, but there are 2 knights and the queen all teaming up against this pawn.
Yeah. No, this is not good. Why is it only plus 1.6? That's what I'm trying to understand.
It's a great question. So let's think about this. So maybe knight a5 first. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What are you going to say? I'm just trying to figure out why this is not completely winning.
I was going to say queen b8, but then white wins the pawn. White trades and goes knight a5, and after king e7, there was knight e5, stopping the king from getting to d7.
So one of the things I was going to say was important to start with knight a5 in the event of, well, now here knight b8 will lose the pawn, but in the trade, because then the second knight can come to e5 rather than if you go to b4, then the king, as you were pointing out, can start walking towards the center.
This is exquisite technique by Hikaru as the evil bar creeping up. I think we know which direction this game is going in.
I also wonder if maybe knight b4 wasn't a better move here, but whatever. Plays e4. Now, the thing is, I can actually chuck that pawn if I want to on f3, but does it make sense? Probably not. So let's think. H6, knight c6, queen d7. Trying to think about how I do this. I don't like what I've done, to be quite honest. Or, I mean, I know I'm much better. I don't know if I'm winning. Okay, I guess I just do this and this. And I guess I take and go knight e5 or something. Yeah, not super easy to prove, but I should be winning. Queen b5, c6. And did I just blunder something, or did he just... Wait a second. Did I just let him off the hook, maybe? I think I just let him off the hook, kind of. Oh, wait, no, knight c4, but then queen... Oh, my gosh. I actually just let Anish off the hook. Oh, jeez. This will be truly tragic if I did. I think I go... No, I think I'm still much better, though. This should just be much better. f5, knight e5. I mean, I have knight c6. I also have g4. Knight f6. I have knight d6. I mean, this can't not be good for me. It goes f5. So I have knight e5 here as option 1. That's option 1. g4 is option 2 also. I think I'm going to go for g4 just to chip away at the structure a little bit more. Because he doesn't really have moves here. Everything is kind of super soft. I mean, everything is soft here for him in his position. Like knight e5 and g4. I mean, it feels like this should be winning. It goes f4. Okay, so I mean, I guess now do I go knight e5 or do I take first? My instinct is that knight e5 forces fe3 though. I think knight e4 also kind of does. So let's Wait, but knight e4 is queen e... No, but then queen b8. Okay, so this has to be right. He takes, and I go knight e5, I think. This still is not easy to prove. I mean, I have these knights. e2, king f2. Oh, maybe I also have queen a2 to go for a checkmate. Probably this is still good. Yeah, probably this is just winning now. Because I'm also threatening queen b8 and knight d7 with a fork. I mean, king g8 maybe is a move, but it looks very, very iffy at best. At best. Yeah, this should be winning. I feel pretty good about this. He's also got like no time either. So let's see what he does. Plays e2. Okay, so he wants to force me to go king f. Oh, but then he has... Oh, no. Does he have king d8 or queen d8 or something? Oh my god, really? Maybe I have knight f3 though. Okay, whatever, it's life. Knight f3 maybe.
The d4 pawn was hanging, and that's why the knight went back, but the evaluation bar is sinking, and Hikaru
d5?
queen d5 going after this knight. I can get behind that. That's a great move.
Then queen takes f3.
Oh,
But he missed it.
and he goes back.
But it's still, black all of a sudden has the d5 square as a stronghold, but if he loses z2, I think he loses the game.
Yes, and also knight, not now because d4 is hanging with check, but that's a problem. Knight d6, knight e5 is gotta be a checkmate against that king.
He's down what, 3+ minutes? Yeah, he's down 3+ minutes, and guess I take and go knight d6. Here. Threatening mate, queen here. I have check. Yeah, this is GG. Okay. Or is it? No, he is queen d7. Wait, it's not that easy, of course, obviously. Because my luck today, nothing is going to be easy. Go here. Let's go here, knight e5, I guess. Go here on king e4. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna win, but still not very happy yet again. Now I can go king d2, king c3. I can also play h4.
You could even have a sack on c6, probably unnecessary, but I can bet you that's what Hikaru's calculating right now. King e4,
Right
king
now?
c5, knight c6. Yep.
Oh, so the king is too far, and you sacrifice and
Right.
push.
I mean, I could do that, but you know, let's just play h4. I could do that. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's have some fun, chat. Let's take on c6, chat.
I think it's about to happen. What else can you do at this point?
No, you're in too deep.
So I think I can sack, but let me think about this. Knight b4, c6, knight a6, d. It takes d5. Knight a7, king e5, king g4. Takes. Yeah, I think this is winning. But again, I don't want to blitz this. Knight b8, c6. Knight d8, c6. Knight a5, c6. Knight a7. King e5. I think this is winning. It's a little bit dangerous going for this with him having a minute on the clock, but I'm pretty confident this is winning. I'm pretty confident. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this is just a win. Goes knight a5. So if I go c6, knight c4. Oh no! Did I just make him? Wait, do I have king? Do I have king e5 here? Maybe. Yeah, I think actually the way to play this is just to run my king up. Just box the king out to where the king can't do anything, and now I win. The line that I calculated initially was c6, knight 4, c7, but he has king f6 there, and it's not actually, it's not trivial at all to win. But yeah, now I just win because I can even go I think I go, do I go c6, c7? No, I think I still go here. I just keep the king box. Now I go here, now I go here, and c7. GG's. Very good. Yeah, it's a win. It's a good win. Good win to sort of stabilize the results. Now I'm in pretty good shape again. 4.5 out or 4 out of 5. Okay, Konovets on 4.5. So yeah, basically we're in pretty good shape now. That's good.